What if I told you a card game released in the mid-1990s appears to show the World Trade Center exploding, the Pentagon on fire, global pandemics, economic collapse, and total surveillance, years before any of it happened? Well, in this episode, we're not talking about prophecy. We're not talking about proof. We're talking about patterns. Because once people noticed these cards, they never stopped lining up. So, welcome to Don't Drink That. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Let's go. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Don't Drink That. And this is part 1 of our series, the Illuminati Card Game, Mapping 2026. And before we talk about the future, we need to talk about the cards that already came true. So, what is the Illuminati Card Game? Well, in 1995, a tabletop card game called Illuminati, New World Order, was released by Steve Jackson Games. Now, on the surface, it was satire, okay? A darkly humorous game about secret societies fighting for global control. Players manipulate governments, corporations, media, banks, and populations. The game literally mocks conspiracy culture, exaggerates paranoia, and turns fear into strategy. But here's where things get uncomfortable, and people don't like to talk about this part. Some of the cards depict events so specific, so visually similar, that people began asking a dangerous question. Was this just satire? Or was it documenting how power actually works? Well, we're going to find out. Because this is the card most people point to first. It's called Terrorist Nuke. As you can see, it shows 2 identical skyscrapers exploding as a blast erupts between them, okay? There's smoke, there's fire, there's chaos. The card was printed 6 years before September 11, 2001. After 9/11, people couldn't stop seeing it. 2 towers, a sudden attack, a moment that reshaped the world overnight. It was a scary time. And skeptics say it's coincidence. Supporters say it's symbolic foresight. But even critics admit one thing, that it's very unsettling. The second card that people can't ignore is simply titled the Pentagon. Pentagon. It depicts the Pentagon engulfed in flames. No metaphor, no abstraction, just fire. When people realized this card existed before the real world attack on the Pentagon, the conversation changed. Like, one card could be coincidence, right? 2 cards showing the 2 exact symbolic targets of the same day. That's when people stop laughing. Here's the important part. These cards don't show dates. They don't show names. They don't explain motives. They show mechanisms. Attacks that justify wars. Fear that shapes policy. Shock that overrides resistance. So in other words, the cards don't predict events, they predict responses. Now let me be absolutely clear here. There is no proof of the Illuminati card game was designed to predict the future, okay? The creators say it's satire, and there's no evidence of insider knowledge. What we're doing here is pattern analysis. The same way historians, intelligence analysts, and futurists study how power behaves under pressure. This is not prophecy, it's pattern recognition. But I do have to say, this is very glaring, and it might not be future predicting stuff, but it definitely seems like some kind of playbook. Here's the reason this game refuses to fade away. The same themes keep repeating, if you haven't noticed. War, fear, media control, emergency surveillance, scarcity. And when you stop looking at the cards individually and start looking at combinations, something else emerges. A blueprint. Not for what will happen, but for how control consolidates when chaos appears. Kind of like if you've ever played Magic the Gathering, which I used to be a huge Magic nerd, you have to build your deck up. You have to build combinations, and those combinations are meant to go together, hand in hand, to create something powerful, something that nobody can stop. That's what this game is. This game is just like that, except it's on a real world, this could happen level. And it gets more intense. And in the next episode, we're breaking down the card combinations people believe represent modern war, a war without declarations, without borders, and without end. Because World War III may not look like what you think. And whatever you do, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We have to stick together, and please, please, don't drink that.